All right, it's been a while. Had a lot of shows recently. Been doing a lot of work around the house, getting some lights put in and stuff like that. My wife just had surgery recently, so I've been picking up the slack while she's recovering from that. Everything good on that end. She's doing well. So busy, busy. Um, that's how I like to be. I like to stay busy because it makes time go by a little quicker and don't feel like I'm not getting anything done. I like to have stuff to do. I just wanted to give you a quick story, just a little fun anecdote, if you will. That private party we played back on February 10th, we were playing down at a place called Bass River Resort. Very cool place, really big room, a lot of fun to mix. Sounds tremendously loud on stage. Yeah, after you get out front, it's not terribly loud. There's a lot of windows, and I think it lets a lot of especially the low end escape, so the room doesn't get really muddy, but up on stage, it's pretty crushingly loud because it's kind of in a wooden box. But being a trio wasn't super hard to mix. But anyway, so back to the story. So we're there, and we played there in the old band, and for the New Year's party, and played a lot of classic rock and top 40 type stuff, some 90s and whatnot. And then we had moved away from that band, so we got booked as the new blues trio. So we still knew a lot of the top 40 type stuff, but we really wanted to lean into our own set list, be who we are. So we did. We leaned into a lot of the blues, threw some of the more danceable tunes in there and whatnot. But I just had this vibe. We were playing really well, but I had this vibe that we just weren't the right fix for the venue. We were playing really well, not a lot of mistakes being made or anything like that. I wasn't recording video, so I only had to focus on running sound, so it was an easy night for me. We didn't have a ton of dancers. It was one of those crowds that when you're playing songs, people will kind of sing along and stuff like that, and then and maybe dance. But then you stop the song and you'll get a little bit of clapping and whatnot. But there's not a whole lot of response from the crowd, which I've learned can just be how the crowd is. Sometimes we've played parties before where people are going nuts and dancing and singing and having a great time, and then you stop playing right before the next song, and it's just silence in that couple moments before you go on to the next song. It can be bizarre sometimes. Anyway, so we're there and we're playing, and I just got this vibe like it's just not hitting real well. And the gal that booked us, her name was Jenny. She likes to sing karaoke style, so she asked, can she sing during our break? She's got her own music, backing tracks and whatnot that she plays through the PA, and then I had a microphone there for her, and I let her sing. And I mean, immediately she starts singing some country tunes, and the whole place is the whole dance floor's packed. There's just people out everywhere. I mean, it's a private birthday party, so everybody knows each other. They know her, and they're there, and it's just all of a sudden it's a super party, and I'm over here just feeling like, man, we're just not the right fit for this place. It's look, the whole place is filled. We're gonna go back up there, and the floor is gonna empty back out, and maybe all nervous. And she does this really cool thing, Jenny, the gal that booked us, where she takes the tip jar that we have and walks around with it, kind of like church, going around getting the collection, if you will. And so she goes around and she comes back up and she talks to Brad, and she says, all I hear from my side of stage, because it's a fairly big stage, the only thing I hear from my side of stage is, all right, here's the thing. And I'm over there and I'm like, oh man, these guys are going to want us to because we're almost done with the second set. They're going to want us to not play a third set. They're going to try to negotiate hey, this wasn't what we really kind of wanted for the party. We're going to, maybe you could take a little bit less payment and book out early because it's not really what we were looking for. And so I'm all stressed out about it. We go on our second break, and Brad's like, hey, come chat with us. Let's talk for a minute. So me and Josh, the drummer, go out there and talk to him. And he says, hey, they want us to play later. Do you guys mind staying a bit later and playing an extra set or an extra half hour or something? And I was flabbergasted. I was like, what? what are you talking about? They want us to play more? And I kind of explained to him, like, I had the whole vibe, and he's like, no, man, they're loving it. We're killing it. And the moral of the story is, don't get too much into your own head. Sometimes you're your own worst enemy. If you're there and people are having a great time, they might not express to you that they're having a great time, but they might be having a great time. One of the problems is I tend to, when I'm playing music, I can go out and be a social butterfly, but a lot of times I like to take my break and actually take a break, refuel on some drink and food and whatnot before I go back out and play some more. Kind of depending on the venue, and this was gig 3 out of a 4 gig weekend for me, so I was feeling pretty worn out, pretty burned out. So I was happy to just kind of take my break, eat a sandwich or whatever. So I guess doing that, I had kind of missed out on going out and getting a vibe check from everybody. And we did really well. We crushed it in tips. We made more in tips than I've made at a lot of shows. So apparently I was very wrong in the best way possible, I guess. But that's the little, just a little story, little anecdote for you about how sometimes you're your own worst enemy. You can get in your own head and make scenarios up and think too much about stuff. And sometimes it's better to go out and just have fun, do the thing, and have a bit of confidence in yourself. I know it's easy to say that. It's a lot harder to actually have confidence in yourself and know that what you're doing is good. I suffer from that a lot, just like I'm sure most musicians do. But yeah, little fun story for you. So if you ever get the vibe that, you know, you're playing a show and maybe the crowd's not going your way, you might be wrong. So keep the energy up, and you might have them eating out of the palm of your hand. You don't even know it. But that's all for now. Just kind of a cool little weekend warrior story for you guys. I'll have some more content coming up soon. Got a couple new videos I released over the last couple weeks. I'm really liking some of the editing tricks I'm figuring out as I'm going along, playing with colors a bit more and such. So leave any comments. If you got a fun story, leave it down there in the comment section. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.